few publications in international journals, and he's given faculty talks at various conferences. So Arnav could not be here, so I'll be playing his talk. He sent us his video. So I'll just share his video here. Yeah.
A very warm good evening, everyone. At the outset, I would like to thank the entire team of the All India Ophthalmic Society and the Young Ophthalmic Society of India to give me this opportunity to talk at the AIOS UST Forum 2022. My topic for today's talk is laying stress on de-stressing. According to a survey published in the Indian Journal of Psychiatry, as many as 30% of doctors in India are suffering from depression, while 17% of them have even thought of committing suicide. This is not a very great start to the talk, but this is the bitter truth. Reasons for the meltdown among doctors could be many. Before they graduate to become registered doctors, doctors undergo an
Apurva, we can't hear anything because you have gone on mute. Apurva, you need to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
And seeing trauma from close quarters is not an easy job. This predisposes the healthcare professionals to the condition of being diseased. Among medical students, which eventually deteriorates their academic performance, and at the same time predisposes these individuals to the risk of substance abuse. This causes attrition from the profession, inability to maintain an effective doctor-patient relationship, failure to establish healthy interpersonal relationships, suicidal thoughts, despondency, feeling of worthlessness, and even guilt, which may cause further complications that eventually creep up over the years. In the long run, they end up contributing to the failure of the entire healthcare system in the country. In a country like India, where we have such a competitive atmosphere, and I, coming from a city called Kota, which is called the education hub, students are subjected to a lot of competition, pressure, which causes a lot of stress. According to a recent study, which is published by the National Institute of Mental Health and Neurosciences, 1 in every 5 teenagers in India faces some sort of mental illness. Other factors which contribute to this include the parental pressure, the peer pressure, fear of failure, and irregular sleeping patterns because of the rigorous study curriculum. Growing competition and performance pressure is turning these Indian students the victims of stress, which is truer for those appearing for multiple competitive exams. Starting from undergraduation to post-graduation, the disparity in the seats and the number of students appearing for these examinations is huge. The government has, however, increased the number of seats in undergraduate as well as postgraduate level over the years. But still, there's a huge shortage. In 2014, there were around 23,000 PG seats in both the government and the private medical colleges, which has been raised to around 44,000, which includes the MDMS as well as the DNB seats. However, more than 1.5 lakh students apply each year for these seats, both fresh and the proper candidates. Even those who might actually make it to the cutoff list might not get their stream of choice or the college of choice, and would take a drop and appear for the examination next year as well. MBBS doctors usually attempt 2 or even 3 times for PG admissions, thus adding to the burden each year. Even when the resident has gotten into his choice of college or his choice of residency, it is followed by more competitive exams like the super specialization exam or fellowship examinations. Getting a fellowship of choice at the desired institute is another Herculean task with variable amount of exposure at respective places, followed by stepping into the actual real world, which includes tougher challenges like finding jobs, settling family, or starting their own practice. Uh, a study done by Khanna et al. Evaluated the psychological impact of COVID-19 crisis on ophthalmologists in training and practicing ophthalmologists during lockdown in India. They concluded that out of 2,355 ophthalmologists who responded, 765, that is around 32.6%, had some degree of depression, which was mild, moderate, or even severe in strength, which had they had a lot of mental issues. There can be many recommendations to create awareness among the medical postgraduates regarding the health charge of excess stress. Periodic counseling sessions should be taken. These should be organized by the institutions as well as other bodies. Medical college authorities must organize some screening programs in the colleges to identify and treat early cases of stress and mental breakdown to prevent its late complications that we have discussed so far. Distribution of the workload among the residents and optimizing the duty hours in order to provide appropriate relaxation time should be made mandatory at all levels of work. If work is causing you stress, you're not alone. Nearly 44% doctors are burned out. Why we need to think about stress among young doctors? Because these can cause public health crisis. De-stressing and solution. In order to serve the society, doctors invariably suffer, and most of the times, like ironically, they have no one to turn to. Mental illness still remains a social stigma, and as surprising as it may sound, many doctors find it equally hard to defy the social norms for reasons such as doctors being incapable of treating others who are suffering from mental health conditions. They themselves are suffering. Now, so far we discussed about all the stressing factors. Now let's enter the stress-free zone. How can we actually manage the stress? Stress management involves the use of coping strategies in response to stressful situations and adopting what's the source behind your stress, talking to loved ones, simplifying our life by shortening our to-do list and learning to say no when we don't want to work. Quiet our mind through yoga and other relaxing exercises, or find time to do something that you enjoy or following your activities. There's this simple algorithm that I try to follow in my daily life, and it has been said by a lot of wellness speakers. It says, do you have a problem in life? Yes. Can you do something about it? No. Then why worry? If you can do something about it, then why worry? Do you have a problem in life? If the answer is no, then exactly why worry? There can be various strategies of coping with stress, like awareness. The initial step is managing the stress to become aware of the stressing factors that we have. Getting organized. Coping with stress involves a lot about the planning. Organized time for work, family, hobbies, spiritual time, time with friends, alone time, exercise, and time for relaxation. We should visualize what do we actually want, and working along to visualize the outcome. We should not try to postpone the action that we're taking. Coping with stress becomes more difficult when you defer the situation. Do your least favorite choices first, followed by the later ones, and you should reward yourself with some rewards. We should be realistic and set realistic goals, emphasize quality over quantity, and work at a leisurely pace, taking breaks often that helps to avoid stress. Sleep, eat, exercise. Coping with stress is all about treating your body properly. Eat food that nourishes you, and get plenty of sleep, taking frequent breaks again. This will help you boost your energy, enhance your mood, control your weight, strengthen your bones, and even improve the memory, which is very important for doctors. We can consider going for a walk, meeting with friends. Reading is a wonderful hobby, which is a favorite of many. Listening to music is my favorite, and even singing as well, or just take a bath. Begin by practice relaxation. relaxation techniques like meditation, deep breathing exercises, or muscle relaxation exercises. This will lighten the entire body. Talking about all of this, we should make sure that dealing with unhealthy ways of coping, unhealthy ways of coping with stress should be avoided, like smoking, drinking too much, overeating, undereating, using pills or drugs to relax, zoning out, should be avoided. We should seek help if we are facing any of these problems. The solution, however, lies in the basics. If we wish to deliver an effective universal healthcare in the long run, we need to bring an academic plan and the working plan, which will help to lessen the stress among the doctors and healthcare professionals in total.